Tanya with another Truth Telling Tuesday, and I'm here with Chance Pants, my friend's dog. And this truth telling thing has really caught on. It was part of our East Bay launch where some of our members did some truth telling shares, and I wanted to share one in particular that just rocked my world and moved me to tears. That is Rosalind Faye's Ending the Culture of Aloneness.
Thank you. By the time I was 4 or 5 years old, I knew I was meant to do something very special and important with my life. And in my little innocent 5-year-old imagination, I imagined myself becoming a successful lawyer or running a big company or maybe even being a famous singer. Little did I know that what I was meant to do would involve sharing my journey of healing from events that would occur a few years later. Between the 4th and the 6th grade, I was shut down and rejected by my classmates so harshly and to such an extent that it affects me to this day. Not exactly sure why or when it started, but sometime in the beginning of my 4th grade year, it became a game among some of my classmates to completely alienate me. And it quickly spread to my entire class and some kids in the upper grades. Any kid seen interacting with me would be ridiculed and shunned as well. So during some very formative childhood years, I had very few friends and was basically seen as a pariah in my school. I was 9 years old, and it was probably the loneliest point of my life. I remember being in class one day and putting my head down on my desk and just feeling invisible, utterly worthless, and really wanting to die. The experience led to, later on, into a social phobia, where I couldn't be in groups of 3 or more people without having a mild panic attack. I knew it was an irrational fear, but I couldn't control it. Like anytime there was any attention directed at me, or I simply asked my name or what I did, my body would respond as if I was still 9 years old on that playground. I would be flooded with feelings of unworthiness, and I could literally feel myself shrink inside. My heart would pound. I would be short of breath. I couldn't speak. And first opportunity I got, I would bolt. I felt trapped inside my fear-ridden body and so ashamed of this ugly secret that I kept that despite how it looked on the outside, on the inside, I had no self-worth. I felt invisible and ultimately unlovable. So this was my experience for the next 25 years of my life. I played really small, but there was this little voice inside my head that kept saying, "Rosalind, you're meant for so much more than this." And that little voice never went away. In fact, it kept getting louder and louder. And these days, it's really loud. Anyone else hear that little voice or big voice? Well, I became fascinated with women who appeared confident and successful and like they had it all together. So 3 years ago, I began interviewing women I admired. Women entrepreneurs, artists, coaches, healers, women boldly living outside the box. And what I realized was that many of these women also had issues with confidence. And some even had some of the same fears I did, including not being good enough. Imagine that. They explained to me that they also had callings that they couldn't ignore, but that they were finding ways to push through their fear and sometimes taking huge leaps of faith in order to have the kind of lives that they really longed for. So to realize that I wasn't the only one, that I wasn't inherently flawed, was huge for me. Just huge. And I made it a mission in my life to do what I can to help end this culture of aloneness among women. Those interviews with women have become the heart of what is now True Colors TV, an online transformational video network. The process of filming all of those women has led me to discover passions I wouldn't have otherwise. But I know that that's not enough. I know that that little voice inside that keeps getting louder is calling me to step in front of the camera this time and to begin sharing my story and my journey of healing so that I might inspire women like all of you to begin sharing your stories and what you're overcoming. I can't imagine a safer place than Tribal Truth to share this vulnerable part of myself. Tanya has managed to create an amazing container where women can be real and honest about their experience. And she's vulnerable herself, and she lovingly nudges us all to become the authentic leaders we're meant to become. And I'm so grateful. And for the connections I've made, for the collaborations I've had, some of the women are my closest friends now. And yeah, just really, really grateful to you, Tanya, for your vision, your determination, and the immense, immense, immense work that you've put into this amazing organization. It's revolutionary. Thank you.